Mojgan Dastoury. She is representative of Researching Institute of Donya children. I mean, the combination of Donya and children, I like it very much because actually Donya is for children. It used to be for us, but now, I mean, we need to work for children and to live a peaceful world for children. And she didn't put world children, but Donya children. Donya is a common word for, I mean, in Arabic, Turkish, Persian, and it is very much representing many cultural connotations. And she translated and published many books, basic needs for children. So she devoted her life to children, women and political powers, and also nations, perished nations, and aesthetic and gender. And also she has two other books: Sociological Perspective of Religious Rights of Women Groups, Management of Peace Culture, and so many others articles. And her talk will be on management of peace culture during 1978 and 1999, the last quarter of the 20th century. Yes, Aminaee Dastoury, بفرمایید.
Hello everybody. I bring to audience who speak and humanity. My speech is a short report and evaluation of UNESCO's operation during management of Federico Mayor between 1987 to 1999, with the aim of development of peace culture. As you know, due to the complexity of power relations in the world and as a result of weakness of political community and lack of commitment on the side of politicians for preventing the war and conflicts, creating and maintaining peace necessitates active cooperation by civil society, NGOs, and voluntary groups as well. From this point of view, it could be claimed that the expansion of peace in the universe requires the development of a culture for peace, which its dimensions are as follows. Economical security and development of societies, and political security and democracy through resolving the conflicts by cooperation, dialogue, and conciliation instead of aggregation and threat. Military security and disarmament by the help of international as well as national institutions for preventing war and aggregation between the warring parties. Efficacy and costs of peace through the development of peace culture, massive investment from production and distribution of military weapons could be transferred to development and non-military infrastructures. Developing international solidarity through improving justice, democracy, the principle of freedom and human rights, social justice, and supporting the civil rights. Improving education and research, establishing the World Foundation for AIDS Research and Prevention in 1993, cooperating in creating the International Center for Pure and Applied Mathematics, cooperating in founding the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, implementing projects UniTwin for facilitating the transfer of knowledge, leading a program for preventing brain drain and loss of skill. Urban development, holding the conference of the Earth Summit with the aim of facilitating continuous development of cities in a peaceful world. designing different programs such as management of social transformation, most man and the biosphere program, MAP, international hydrological program, IHP, and international geoscience program, with the primary goal of deepening the existing knowledge and raise awareness among the citizens, repairing historical structures, improving the urban centers, supporting the local architecture, as well as training about environment, are launched and supported by the NGOs. Supporting the pluralism. Supporting independent media during the post-war reconstruction in order to support diversity of ideas and opinions in Belgrade, Sarajevo, and Skopje, hosting a series of seminars about the independence and diversity of media in Africa, Asia, Latin America, Caribbean countries, and Arabian countries, cooperating in producing radio programs on women's rights and raising poor women awareness. Controlling or moral monitoring the sciences and technology by organizing the International Bioethics Committee, holding the World Conference in Science in 1999, and issuing the Universal Declaration of Human Genome as the first universal ethical and legal framework for leading science studies. Protecting the environment by hosting a conference for signing an agreement for preserving the atmosphere of Earth, participating in the significant International Innovation World Solar Program that involves around 300 projects for renewable energy resources. Reinforcing culture of peace in military groups. UNESCO has tried to follow the goals for reinforcing the culture of peace in national programs, including resolving conflicts without violence, promoting democratic practices, respecting the individual's basic rights, and seeking a universal contribution in the process of peace and development. UNESCO's activity on local and national level. UNESCO has played an active role through hosting conferences and seminars, establishing the House of UNESCO, cooperating with national and international organizations and NGOs for teaching and expanding the culture of peace, human rights, and democracy for various social groups with different political tendencies, and encouraging them to resolving the issues peacefully and creating mutual trust in Bujumbura, Congo, El Salvador, Rwanda, Somalia, and Mozambique, and also Mali. Technical and financial cooperation with National Commission of African countries, Haiti, Latin America, and Caribbean countries, establishing sub-regional chairs for culture of peace in universities, leading research projects, and cooperating in conference aiming to improve the culture of peace in Mali, Greece, Turkey, Moscow, El Salvador, Eastern and Central Europe, as well as Middle East. Women and culture of peace. After the first conference on women, the UN agencies committed to take the gender issues into consideration in plans and actions in different fields, including educational development in school curricula for conflict solving in a peaceful manner, setting up missions for women peace programs, holding meetings and workshops, and preparing booklets about women and peace culture in regional, national, and international levels, leading a march for men against violence in Johannesburg. Youth and culture of peace. the young people as the most important elements in the bringing about social changes and future makers had a specific place in the programs designed for culture of peace by UNESCO. Some of the UNESCO programs targeting young people include holding global peace games and setting up workshops for the leaders of youth organizations with the purpose of growing and training the peace culture for youth and adolescents. Intercultural dialogue in daily life that were held in national, regional, and sub-regional levels. International studies conducted on the effects of violent pictures in public media on youth, creating opportunities for youth to experience leading positions for culture of peace on the social and national levels. There are other activities that have been followed for increasing the share of young people in the international peace, including training young people about techniques of settlement of discords, cultivation of social solidarity among different young groups, mobilization young people for reconstructing areas destroyed through war, and helping the survivors and victims. If peace is considered as a culture and notion and the most significant options for creating stable and universal security, then we could accept that it could be taught and learned as a result of comprehensive educational programs, clearly planning and organizing educational systems for various age groups is of high importance, and efficient management with effective strategies plays a significant role in achieving this goal. This means that the goals such as filling the gap between rich and poor, preventing the dominance of power relations on social structures, encouraging cooperation and discussion in interaction on various regional, national, and international levels, disarmament, and avoiding violence and aggression in handling conflicts, rejecting aggressive interaction, and inspiring respect for human rights are of high importance in improving the culture of peace. Examining the documents of the activities of UNESCO during a 12-year course indicates that many of these activities have pursued the goal of developing the culture of peace and fostering contribution, participation, and discussion in international communication. Finally, I would like to focus the attention of researchers supporting the peace on the effective role of the civil society on national and international levels in improving the culture of peace and democratic principle. I think that the researchers, intellects, and managers who value a peaceful life for human beings could establish a grassroots international institution to share the research results and knowledge internationally. This way could set valuable goals and integrate the scientific research attempts in this field in order to develop the democratic principles and create coordination between societies, and offer constructive and emancipatory guidelines for society. And no more, thank you for your patience.
Thank you very much for your